Mrs. Johnson is in her 15th year of teaching second grade at her elementary school.
And I'm extra excited to be back at school this year.
Why? Because Fort Worth ISD is participating in the Teacher Incentive Allotment.
And my teaching assignment is eligible.
Here's how the TIA can work for her. Let's say there are 22 students assigned to Mrs. Johnson. They'll take the MAP Math Assessment and the MAP Reading Assessment early in the school year. Remember, for calculating growth, a student must have a beginning of year and end of year MAP assessment. They must also be assigned to the teacher's class by the October PEAM snapshot date to be included in the teacher's appraisal. As the school year progresses, Mrs. Johnson is pleased with her students' learning. Her entire school is focused on developing strategies to support students, and Mrs. Johnson brings many of those strategies into her own classroom instruction.
And since I teach both reading and math, both scores count toward the final percentage of my students' growth.
Throughout the year, Mrs. Johnson's T-Test appraiser observes her instruction and learning environment. At her end-of-year T-Test conference, Mrs. Johnson learns that she has scored mostly accomplished, along with a few proficients, on all 8 dimensions in domains 2 and 3. Her strong T-Test score counts 60% on the TIA scorecard. The other 40% is still to come from student growth. Finally, the MAP scores are in. Remember, Mrs. Johnson's 22 students took both the reading and math MAP growth assessment for a total of 44 student scores. 17 of her students met or exceeded their projected growth in math, and 13 met or exceeded growth for reading. Her overall percentage of students meeting or exceeding growth is 68%. That's great news for Mrs. Johnson, who is then recommended to TEA as a designated teacher. And once the TEA does its review and validation, Mrs. Johnson receives her designation, either recognized, exemplary,
Oh yeah,
or master.